Byron Buxton's back doing Byron Buxton things. The Minnesota Twins are sweeping the White Sox, and they're in first place in the AL Central. This was, I guess, the plan once they signed Carlos Correa, but this is a good little early season story. The White Sox were heavy favorites of that division, but scuffling along here. Ton of injuries. We'll get to that in a second. But what's your reaction to what the Twins are doing?
Pure shock, because last year they were awful and they made wholesale changes in the offseason and actually moves that I agreed with. Getting rid of Josh Donaldson's contract was a big thing for them, and it allowed them to sign Carlos Correa. But they were going to be better than last year strictly because Byron Buxton's back. And as long as that guy stays healthy, I know we've talked about this in previous shows, but if he stays healthy, that is a completely different team. And there was a stat posted today that since 2019 with Buxton, the Twins are 124-73 with a plus 233 run differential. And in the 203 games that he has not played, the Twins are 94-109. And in the last 162 games he's played, I know I'm throwing a lot of stats at you, but he has an 8.4 WAR, which makes him, that's a franchise altering player right there. And having him back, having him play at this level, I mean, it changes their team. And something that completely has me kind of mind blown is offense throughout the big leagues is down. There's a lot of talk behind the scenes that the baseball is different and that they de-juice the ball even more because these balls are just not leaving the ballpark like they did in previous years. And yet Buxton is hitting absolute taters. I mean, that was a 469-foot bomb he hit yesterday off of Liam Hendricks to win the game. And he's doing that consistently too. It's very impressive. You know, I'm hoping he stays healthy because the game of baseball is better with Byron Buxton when he's healthy. And the Twins are reaping the benefits of it right now.
So just a reminder for those who haven't dived deep into the Buxton stats, he's played over 100 games once in his career. That was in 2017 when he had his first breakout season and played 140 games. And a breakout season, by the way, I mean, he hit 253 with 16 homers. It wasn't, and he struck out 150 times. It wasn't like he was dominating. But this guy has, and the next year, 28 games, then 87. And then we get, pandemic time, 39, 61 games last year. And it's interesting because he nearly got traded and he always wanted to stay in Minnesota. And he ends up getting a 7-year, $100 million contract, which for a premier player, you're basically paying a third. But the Twins were able to get that because the dude can't stay on the field. So when healthy, he's great. When not healthy, which is often, you get nothing. So I don't know. I'm rooting for the guy, but it's also like a great deal for the Twins with this dude. I mean, even if he plays half the games, he has value for him. But hopefully he'll be able to, be a guy that can at least start to play 120, 130 games a season.
Yeah, if he does, then they're talking about an absolute steal at $100 million. Because if he's able to play 130 games per year, we're looking at a well over $300 million player. And that's why the Twins were so eager to do a contract like this. And there was also a ton of risk in that kind of contract that he ended up signing because of that injury history. I mean, I know $100 million is a lot of money. And signing a guy who can't stay healthy or who previously could not stay healthy to that amount of money is a risk.
Over 7 years, 15 a year.
That's a risk. You don't it's a smaller risk, but it's still a risk. It's not going to completely blow up the payroll. But
it's a small risk.
Yeah,
it's a small risk for a premier player. I mean, it's a huge win for Minnesota. They have incentives in there. If he wins the MVP, he could make $25 million. Which if he wins the MVP by WAR and baseball calculations, he's worth $50 million.
Yeah, absolutely. And if the Twins did not do that deal, there were plenty of other teams who were willing to do that kind of a contract. If he was traded, I was convinced he was going to go to the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies liked him a lot. And I know they ended up talking to the Twins about Buxton in the past, but I mean, obviously the Twins ended up extending him. But if the Twins traded him, the team that was circled atop my list was Philly.